Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update from ESPN Cricinfo.
Blessing in disguise for India that Rahul and Murali Vijay just couldn't find their form, so India discovered a young player with a good attitude, got scores of 70, 70 and a 40 in 3 innings as an opener, so that's never easy. Seemed like a batsman with a lot of front foot play, not too much of back foot, but in the last innings he was tested with the short ball and his back foot play also started coming into his own. Really impressed with Mayank Agarwal, and I give him 8 points for his performance. You've got to feel for him because this is a guy who's got plenty of talent. In fact, people have always called him a class player, and that very few batsmen get called in that fashion. Not been able to get out of the rut. It's continued for a long time, so another dismal series for him, so 5. Looked good in the last innings that he played, got a 20, but then played a terrible shot against Nathan Lyon to get out. So that was his maybe last chance where he could have gone on to get a big score, because he played the seamers really well in that innings of 20, but wasn't able to do that. And having been around for a long time, I doubt whether India will go back to him, especially with Shaw and Agarwal as an option. So 5 to Murali Vijay as well. Well, India was about 40 for 4 in that first innings at Adelaide when the series started. Pujara got 100. India didn't score too many. If you take that 100 out, and India, there would have been an Indian collapse, and who knows how much confidence the Australian team would have derived from that, and who knows how the series would have gone. Ended up getting 300s, so it was just a mind-boggling performance of Pujara. Now he's become a batsman for all conditions. There were skeptics like me who felt, does he have the ability, the skills or the temperament to get runs in all conditions? He's got 100 in England, 3 in Australia, 10 out of 10 for Pujara. So when you talk about Virat Kohli, you take the leadership as well of Virat Kohli into account. He's made his typical selection mistakes that he's prone to making, but he's got 4 quality bowlers, and once you have that, captaincy becomes a lot easier on the field. So captaincy was good. Dhoni didn't have 4 world-class bowlers playing at one time together, so Virat Kohli has been blessed with that, but I'm sure he must have had some role in getting this group together, so he gets points for that as well. By his standards, slightly quieter series, but he's got 100 on one of the more difficult pitches in the series. India didn't go on to win the match, and another 80 along with Pujara in the series. So batting wise, he looked a class player, looked a great batsman that he is. So I'm going to give him 9. Ajinkya Rahane has become an enigma of sort, because you don't see him like Rahul really struggling, nor do you see him coming out of a rut and getting into form like Pujara has done. My observation is that at the moment he's unable to balance an attack and defense game. He cannot become a completely defensive player like Pujara, or an attacking player like say Virendra Sehwag used to be for India. So he's got to find out a way to become a little more consistent, convert those starts into big scores. By my own sort of standards, he's been a little disappointing, so I'm going to give him a 6. I like the fact that here's a guy from a modern era with the temperament of the old. He's a bit of a Pujara clone, not as maybe dogged as Pujara, but he certainly likes defending, seems to have a calm demeanor. The bat comes down in straight lines when his attacking shots are also in the V of the old, where he tends to drive straight. So looks comfortable. He had an issue with the short ball, but in the last innings that he played in the series, seems like he had overcome that as well. A very good option at number 6 with the odd, in a very exceptional situation, can bat at the top of the order. But really impressed with Vihari, so 7 points to him. Rohit Sharma got a 60, but had a few failures as well. This was his big series really, because I was pressing for Rohit Sharma to be included at number 6. And when you played so much Test cricket and international cricket, another opportunity where not too many people get these kind of opportunities. Rohit Sharma had to get a couple of hundreds to again find favour with the selectors in the next trip overseas. So by my judgment, slightly disappointed with Rohit Sharma, so I'm going to give him a 6. Interesting character and player that India have suddenly discovered. I was pleasantly surprised with how good his keeping was in England. He had that issue with balls, that would a bit wide, swinging away. Against spin, he needs to do a little more work. But before this, the Rishabh Pant that we saw in IPL cricket as a keeper, there was nothing there to tell us that he's a good keeper. By that idea that I had, he's looked a much better keeper. He's getting better at his skills. I'm still not in the league of Dhoni and Wriddhiman Saha, but the kind of batting that he has and batting down the order is going to prove to be quite dangerous, as the bowlers are tiring when they bowl 100 overs. You don't want to see a guy like Rishabh Pant come into bat. So clearly somebody who's exciting. I don't know how his career is going to pan out, but he wasted away a few good starts. Didn't like the way he got out. A few catches here and there, but that can happen in a series. So potentially very exciting, but only on this series, I would say 7 points to Rishabh Pant. Well, Jadeja came in and did what Jadeja does. He bowls accurately, tries to find the rough. He's got wickets every time that he's bowled. So he's becoming a force overseas as well. He's becoming a viable option if Ashwin is not available. So yes, he's been pretty good. But I personally feel that Jadeja is not quite 10 out of 10 in the way he's bowling. Forget about results. The way he's bowling, his rhythm, his style is not quite there as it was 2 years back. But still a very good series for him. He's lived up to the expectations that the team had from him. So 7 to Jadeja. I've always been a big admirer of Kuldeep Yadav. He's got a bag of skills. He's got the courage of a modern day Indian player. And it's amazing the adjustment that he made from the last time he played in absolutely sort of foreign conditions in England at Lords. Very disappointing then, and you worried about Kuldeep Yadav, whether he'll be a test match bowler or spinner overseas. He got 5 wickets against West Indies at home, which was expected, but this was a revelation for me as to how quickly he adapted to a test match bowling style in foreign conditions like Bumrah did in South Africa. It didn't take him long, Kuldeep Yadav, to bowl the way you need to bowl on these kind of pitches. Completely different from the way he normally bowls, flatter, more patient, not trying too many variations. In the end, getting a 5-wicket haul in that first innings of the last test match. I'm going to give him a 9. Ashwin bowled well in the first test match like he did in England as well, start of the series. But I'm worried about the recurring injuries that he seems to get during a series overseas. It doesn't happen so much when he's playing in India. So whether it's putting a lot of strain on his body as he's trying to become a little more potent on foreign conditions, who knows. Just the one test match for him, so how much can you judge him? So a 6. Shami is somebody who's frustrated me over the years. Clearly he's one of the most gifted Indian seamers. Great wrist and seam position like Pakistani bowlers used to have, and he's been an admirer of Wakar. So you could see that talent. His career started off on a great note. He got a couple of 5-wicket hauls and all that. But after that, he was more a blow hot, blow cold kind of bowler. You could never guess when he would hit his straps and get into top gear in great rhythm. But this year, it's been mostly red hot for Mohammad Shami, and again in this series, bowled his heart out, has become more accurate and a real wicket-taking bowler and a threat for any batsman. Not an easy guy to play on a pitch that goes up and down in Australia, day 4 and 5. I'm going to give him 8 and close to maybe 9. Excellent experienced support bowler for 2 more gifted and more wicket-taking bowlers. So he's done his job really well. Comes off a long run-up with the same kind of earnestness every time. Bowls accurately. Is a safe bowler to start an innings. Give him the new ball and he'll bowl some tight overs. Get the left-handers out from round the wicket. A guy who is at the peak of his career right after he's played so many test matches. So Ishant Sharma bowled like Ishant Sharma has been bowling in the last couple of years and is at the peak of his career. So I've always liked his attitude. You see that attitude when he comes into bat as well. So 8 for Ishant Sharma. Well, Bumrah has now got as much spotlight as Virat Kohli tends to do. Maybe not as much, but quite a bit, because now people look at Bumrah as a hero in the bowling department as you look at Virat Kohli in the batting department. I've called him the equivalent of a 360-degree batsman. Bumrah is the 360-degree bowler. He's got all the arsenal that a fast bowler needs. He's got the bounces, he's quick in the air, he gets the ball to move in the air, he's accurate, he's got the slow ball, he's got the yorker, he's got the bounces, he's got everything. And controlling all these variations is a very sharp, intelligent mind. So if I had the option of giving him 11 or 12 out of 10, I would have done that, but I've got to give him 10.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments in the comment section below. Click on the bell icon for notifications.